So, hello again. And for everyone, we are recording every AMA. We are having daily AMAs around this time every day. Depends a little bit on my schedule. And at the weekends, we will have, yeah, at some days 2 AMAs, just to cover more time zones. And I will start with the fundamentals. I just need to open the actual. So now I can see raised hands. If you have a question and you do not want to talk to me because we are recording and uploading it to YouTube, you can just write your question in the chat and then ping me. Just tag me so I notice the question as well. And whoopsala, I would start with our fundamentals. As I said before, this is around 15 to 20 minutes, a quick overview of our token. So I will just hop right into it. If it lets me, no, it lets me. One of the important parts is the actual tax system. We have a quick overview of the actual tax system. So we do have 15% flat tax, so it is 15% for buys, 15% for sells. We got this question a lot, why is the tax so high? Actually, we do need this tax, otherwise we couldn't maintain the whole system behind the token. So from the 15% tax for buy and sells, 8% are used for reflections. Reflections are in BUSD. You don't need to do anything for it once you are a Banks holder. You simply need to hold the Banks in your wallet and you will automatically receive BUSD in your wallet. The only thing you would need to do is to actually add BUSD as a token in your wallet, and then you can see it once it got distributed. A little bit of background knowledge, how the contract works. So the contract is collecting our token, Bank's token, from every buy and sell. It collects these tokens until a certain threshold. We did set the threshold right now at 400 billion tokens. Once this threshold is reached, the first sell will trigger the contract, and you will either see 3 sells in a row if the actual sell which triggered the contract was too small to show up, for example, in Dextools, or you will see 4 sells in a row from the same wallet. Wallets are different. Sometimes it shows up as the wallet who actually triggered the contract. Sometimes it shows up as PancakeSwap itself, and sometimes it just shows our contract of the token. Once the contract sold, it will start to distribute the BUSD rewards. With every transaction happening, around 4 to 8 holders will receive their BUSD rewards. Since we did set the contract at a pretty balanced threshold right now for our market cap, it might happen that there are like 2 or 3, we call them paydays, happening, and you didn't receive the BUSD yet. You will receive them definitely, but it might take some time, especially with growing holders, but you will receive them nonetheless. 4% of the tax are used for marketing and our fund. I will go in detail for our fund later on. 2% are used for buyback and burns, which are a good addition to our liquidity over time, and also take tokens out of the circulating supply. And 1% we have automatically added into our liquidity. Liquidity is a very important thing, especially in a early token, because you need to achieve a balanced liquidity, which we right now are aiming for through buyback and burns, and also through the 1% automatically added into liquidity. So BanekrsDream itself, what is the goal behind BanekrsDream? The main goal is to generate passive income. This is the goal with it set with the token. We are fully focused on this goal. The first step was the actual BUSD rewards. The main problem with BUSD itself is simply the fact that it is dependent of our trade volume. So if we have overall low volume days, yeah, as we see right now in the overall crypto market, you won't receive that many BUSD rewards. Yeah, you will still receive them. So we have right now around 2 to 4 paydays happening a day, I guess, with the current volume. Of course, there will be more rewards once the volume picks up. But this is the main problem. It is not a sustainable form of passive income, the BUSD rewards. Of course, there are a lot of rewards are getting distributed once the volume picks up. But right now, for example, with the overall market being very silent in the volume, especially this last weekend, was a very boring weekend for crypto. Let's keep it this way. People are a lot of people are just watching, just taking a look at different projects, waiting for the right time to invest, and a lot of uncertainty in the overall market itself. With our first addition to the token, our community fund, the Bankers Whale Fund, we want to tackle this problem of being dependent on the trade volume. I will go in detail with the fund in a second. There will be more additions to our overall ecosystem. So every addition in our ecosystem is to generate passive income for everyone. Yeah, not only for our project, the token itself. There are always the holders included in the distribution of yield, for example, or in the distribution of fees we are taking in. And yeah, what is this? Okay, just another marketing thing. So yes, this is the main problem of a reward token. We want to battle it with our community fund as a first edition, which is a very unique concept in the crypto space. I am aware there are a lot of different projects which have funds going on, investing. A lot of projects are using the yield generated by the fund to, for example, buy back the token and then proceed to burn it. We have a completely different approach with our community fund. So we could take a look at the fund itself. Well, since we covered the token, it is a simple reward token. Nothing new about a reward token. Nothing special about it. There are a lot of different reward tokens out there, but our overall our utility and the team makes this reward token special in its own way. So for the team itself, just a little bit of background info. The founder team is based in Germany, 4 people based in Germany. We have 2 trained bankers, which also includes me as a trained banker, working as a financial advisor in Germany. We have 1 insurance agent and we have 1 software developer on the team. It's a very, very unique team. In the overall crypto space, we are not the usual dev team you would see in most projects. And we are doing some things different than some other projects, but this is totally fine. This makes us unique. We had this question: what does the insurance agent do for banks? He does some designing. Currently, he's not doing or he's not involved that much. I have to say that active. You didn't see him until now in the chat simply for the fact that his English is let's say the truth, it's pretty bad. He's pretty bad at writing English, for example, or even talking in English. But he's doing a lot of designing and everything for us in the background. So more of a background team member, you could say. Yes, I mean, not everyone is fluent with English. This is the main problem. I think once we launch the German group, you will see him hopping in and out, maybe in the German group. Okay, this for the insurance agent. We got this question a lot already. Why are we not doxxed? It is simply for the fact that we are still working in our jobs in finance in Germany. We are not able to dox right now. That's why we did, for example, the KYC and everything. We have no problem at all with doxing. Yeah, we did already dox to or in private, especially to some partners, as for example our marketing agency. We did dox, and of course to some people in private, just to clear out some concerns. We are just not able to full dox at the moment, because it could lead to problems with our main jobs. And yeah, this we want to avoid until we can maintain this as the main job. And yeah, maybe we can also do daily German class. Why do you want to have a German class? All right, so this for the doxing part. Yeah, nothing to worry about. Sometimes teams are just not able to dox straight away. Nothing bad about it. We are still very transparent team. You could ask like nearly everything in the chat. There is no problem. It takes a lot for us to consider something as how do you say it, footing. The tolerance is quite high, because we want people to actually ask a lot of questions. People need to ask questions, also critical questions for their own research. This is a important step. We are aware of this because we have some experience in selling in finance, and this is nothing else. We are actually selling our idea, our token, to the different investors, and nothing you have to worry about. Ask anything. We try to answer anything as good as we can. All right, so for our fund, as we said before, this makes our project unique. It's a unique approach to a fund, and the strategy is pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. What can we now? So the marketing wallet is collecting tax 4%, as we've seen before. It's collecting 4% overall. 1.5% are used for our fund investments. So we are collecting BNBs for our investments. The way we invest is also pretty simple. We are vetting the projects. We are taking a look at the long-term potential, and then we will set up the investments as a community vote. So in the end, our community will decide which addition is made to our fund. I will go over the ongoing investments later on. So once we invested, we will always, like also in the future, we will always dollar cost average our investments, or our money into the investments. It's a traditional way of investing, but it's in the long term the most efficient way of investing. Of course, you can be very lucky and actually catch the dip at the very bottom, go all in there and hope for the best. But most likely, especially if you're holding long term, it is a lot better to dollar cost average is what it's called in English, to dollar cost average your investments in. How long do you have to hold to be eligible for payouts from the whale fund distribution? Of course, there will be a certain timeline to hold. It will not be super big. The way we want to avoid any swing trading for the actual fund distribution is, of course, that we won't announce any distribution of the fund itself. There won't be for example, progress bar as we have for our BUSD reflections, because our BUSD reflections as they are set right now, they can't be swing traded, yeah, with our tax included. Not possible to swing trade them efficiently. For the actual fund distribution in the future, there will be most likely a holding timeline of, for example, let's say 1 or 2 weeks, nothing immensely long, and then you are qualified to receive the actual fund distribution. So our investments, we are not looking for active trading in our investments. We are only looking for... so I got pinged there. I answered this, Jake, but thank you for making me aware of it. We are not looking for active trading in the fund. The way we want to approach this whole thing is to dollar cost average our investment in over time, build a nice position in our investment, and then additionally keep it long term, because we are only investing in things which are generating some sort of passive income for us. Let's say through staking, or example other reward tokens, and more things to come in the future. But yes, this is the approach we have. We are, especially in the vetting process, of course, with the very big projects, as for example Evergrow it's hard to reach the team at a project which is right now sitting at around 2.5 million market cap. But we always try, especially in the vetting process, to contact the team, to talk to them, get some insight about the project itself, the way they approach the project, and what they want to achieve with it in the long run. And then if we see the long-term potential and we can consider the team as safe, we will set up the community vote. Community can vote on the investment, and if it gets voted for, we will then start to build our wallet in the investment. So passive income, and it's like you are investing for us. Yes, exactly. You can keep it that way, Mowgli, because with our vetting process and with the connections we are doing at or keeping up at the moment, we might also be able to get some, for example, whitelist spots for the community. If we invest in an ICO in the future, we might be able to get some private sale spots sometimes, maybe. It's still very hard to get your hands on private sale spots, on decent private sale spots. But in the end, we are using the marketing wallet to create a fund, which is investing long term for everyone who is holding the token. This is basically the main goal of the fund itself. We can take right now a look at the actual distribution. Just give me a second for the switch. So the distribution, this is just a early distribution. It is a pretty simple way we came up with to kickstart this fund off. There will be more additions made in the future. If you have upcoming projects, is it possible to let us know so we can decide to join private in that project? No definite upcoming addition made to the fund right now, because we are still using the money which is generated per day to dollar cost average into the fund or in the existing investments. But for some investments we will hit a decent wallet size for the start, and then we will add more. You can always take a look at the community votes themselves, because in the end the community is deciding which project is going to be added. For upcoming projects, of course we will try to maybe get whitelist spots or private sale spots. Still sometimes a bit tough to get your hands on this one. If we have them, of course, we don't want to keep them for ourselves. They are for the community. but nothing I could tease right now, Mowgli. Nothing of a, for example, upcoming a project which we vetted and we say, all right, would be a nice addition. Is the contract fix? Will you ever change how the contract sells in the future? What do you mean with a fix, Ruby? Because it's running pretty smooth right now. We had some issues earlier on with a very, very high threshold. But keep in mind, if you set the threshold at a, too low, then people will complain about too many contract cells happening. Fixed as in static. She means tags. Okay, no, now I don't get it. Do you mean for the static as in that we are setting the threshold in our token itself? Is this what you mean, Ruby? All right, okay. Currently there is no way to change it into a, let's say, for example, dynamic reward token. But we will always keep the balance for the threshold. We would rather in the earlier stage, just so people can know it, we had the threshold set at a higher amount. So right after launch, the threshold was at 6 trillion. We did start as an 80k-ish market cap. So 6 trillion was not that super big. But of course, with a rising market cap, just imagine if we would still have the cap of 6 trillion right now, this would not be a healthy contract cell overall. So with the 6 trillion, because it was still a pretty high cap, we did change it to a way lower threshold, balanced to our market cap, because we would rather have more contract cells, more smaller contract cells happening over time, than one big contract cell, for example, once a day. Yeah, because this is not a healthy impact for the chart overall. And also you cannot swing trade the actual contract cells anymore, because at some point I think there was a not the right balance between the actual contract threshold and the cell itself, and people have been able to basically sell right before the actual contract cell, then get in after the contract cell, and would still have made a little bit of profit. Yeah, this is not healthy at all. This is what we want to avoid. Let me just get rid of this one. Okay, Mowgli, if you let the community decide, may be possible to let us know the team favorites ones. Yes, of course, this we can do this. But I have to say, if we are setting up something for a community vote in here, this will always be something I would myself also invest in privately. Yeah. This is the way we are approaching this. Of course, there is some background knowledge from finance and also through some connections we have. But overall, for the community votes we are setting up, there wouldn't be ever an addition made in which we would say, well, okay, we can do this for the fund, but privately we would never invest into this one. There wouldn't be happening something like this. Yeah. No, not at all. Okay. Just scrolling through if I see any raised hands. No raised hands. Okay. Will you ever invest in meme coins? Most likely no, Ruby. Because the thing is, we want to invest into utility projects which could or have the possibility to sustain themselves in the long run and to generate passive income for us. Yeah, this would be, for example, a project which is additionally launching with staking, and has some other additions made in the future, always with a focus of generating passive income for the community itself. Yeah, of course, it might happen that we, for example, invest in an ICO, and this ICO does a 50x or 100x. We would never dump on this token at once, because of course we want our investments to stay healthy. Yeah, it's also why we don't see us as an competition for any other project in the DeFi space, because if we invest into a project, of course we want it to stay healthy. The thing is with meme coins, I love meme coins, don't get me wrong here. I really love meme coins. I am aware there are some meme coins also with utility added to them over time and things like this. But for a fund which is aiming not to actively trade and to hold a position in the long run, I don't think a meme coin edition fits into the fund itself. Yeah. Has your team size increased at all? If yes, by how much? We did add a lot of people. As for mods, we are talking to another dev, for example. We have one more team edition made, which we didn't announce yet. So as a really core team member, still doing some work in the background for us, we will announce it soon enough. But no very big addition right now, because we did focus a lot on, of course, the mods themselves, because with a growing community, you really need a lot of good mods. And we are a fan of not the usual paid mods you see in a lot of different projects. We also do pay our mods, at different times, of course. If they are doing great work, they will get rewarded. Yeah, nothing wrong about this one. But we actually look for mods from the community itself, because this creates a very healthy community over time. Yeah. A suggestion for the future, for suggestions, just hit me up with a DM, because I actually need to somehow end the fundamental part of the presentation. Then we can talk about anything. Let me just quickly finish the fundamental part, because we jump into a lot of different questions, because I see a lot of unfamiliar names in the AMA right now. So the early distribution of the fund, 10% allocated to ICOs. Of course, not a very big portion of the fund with ICOs, simply for the fact that, of course, they have the most upward potential, but also the most risk involved. Even if you have a ICO with a team which is considered safe and a good project behind it, still there is always the chance that it could fail with the ICO. We have 20% for staking purposes. We have 30% which will be allocated as in different reward tokens, and we have 40% right now here displayed as cash, which simply means some sort of reserve for dollar cost averaging into our ongoing investments, and also a reserve we need for different things, as for example yield farming or metaverse property, things like this, which are always also very good additions into the fund, because we want to create also in the fund different income sources for passive income. But of course this takes some time, especially with metaverse property. You need a decent amount of money to create traction with it. Where can I stake this token? This token is not stakeable right now. This token is not stakeable. The thing what you need to do with the token is to simply hold it for the moment. You will receive the BUSD rewards automatically. over time with the contract distributing the BUSD rewards. So this is your way of passive income right now through the BUSD rewards. Alright, so keep in mind this will be changed. Of course, we are also looking in a lot of different ways to generate passive income, and yeah, of course it takes a lot of time. Yeah, we need to grow this fund to a decent size over time. Takes some time, but once we are there, this is a very unique way of creating passive income, because just keep in mind this is completely independent of our token itself. This creates a huge incentive to hold our token, because you are with the fund running, you are already having two different income streams with the project itself, completely independent of each other. I just saw something with Crow Dale. I think you have been writing something or taking Crow. Yeah, of course, also looking into this things. Because Crow is actually very, very interesting. Okay, the yield distribution of the fund, just so we can finish the fundamentals first. The planned distribution in the future, right now we are not distributing any yield of the fund because we are compounding into the fund. We will have a community vote at which size of the fund itself we should start to distribute the yield. Yeah, the community will decide it, and let's see once we can reach it. Just keep in mind we did start one and a half weeks ago to actually invest into the fund. And yes, definitely some compounding in is good. It's fat. Yeah, definitely. We can see a good growth in the fund since the past 1.5 weeks, roughly, or 2 weeks, in which we started investing. But we will go into the ongoing investments in a second. So 75% overall will be distributed to our holders. 25% are used for marketing/charity. Be aware, marketing does also include compounding. So if we do not need any additional marketing funds, we will simply use this to compound into the fund itself to grow it bigger and bigger. It will always receive the tax portion of the marketing wallet. So of course the growth in the fund itself will never stop. Yeah. This is also the main goal, especially with volume picking up. Do not underestimate the money available for the fund for actual investments. We will be able, if volume or once volume picks up, to obtain bigger wallets in big existing projects, which is ultimately the goal. Because the bigger the wallet, especially in reward tokens, the bigger your wallet is, the more rewards you are receiving. This is the main goal ultimately. Charity, also some part of the actual yield distribution, because with this we can also create a way to donate in a sustainable way to charities. We are not taking active money out of the project. The community will of course vote on the different charities we should donate to, and sustainable way of donation. Additionally, not taking any active money out of the project itself. So this for the fundamentals. Main utility is the community fund, and of course started building on it 1.5-2 weeks ago. And very, very unique approach to passive income with this fund. Do we have questions for the fundamentals? If you do not want to speak with me, which is totally fine, drop your question in the chat and tag me on it. Blaine, are you? Yes, you are in the VC. You cannot stake this token, Blaine. You are able to receive BUSD rewards for holding, but staking is currently not available for this token. No. um, Sorry if you got me wrong there. I said, wait, let me jump back into it. We are in the community fund itself. We are actually investing into different tokens which are stakeable just for the passive income. Um, right now, of course, we are looking into different additions into our ecosystem. We are also looking into staking and yeah, some other forms of income. Yeah, so this of course takes time. We are right now like 6 or 7 weeks old. We don't want to rush things because we would rather have things done correctly and working. Yeah, this is very important. And yeah, hope I could answer your question there now, Blaine. All right, just taking a look again. Can't see any other raised hand or question in the chat. I would say we could take a look at our investments right now, which are going on right now. Always a very interesting part. You are able to take a look at the ongoing investments in our dashboard. There is a fund section in our actual dashboard. Give it some time to load because we had to include a little delay for the data to load. Dev is taking a look at it and trying to fix it so we can have a instant refresh on the site. But if we run a instant refresh right now, I think it is messing with our progress bar. So yeah, working on this issue. But just open it, wait a second, and you will have the actual display of the investments. Of course, there are more additions which will be made in the future. We just wanted a way to display our ongoing fund investments. Keep in mind, staked values and other things are not displayed here. So for example, our Moon investment, which was the latest addition into our community fund, which is was an ICO, is currently staked completely, and we are seeing very good returns on the staking, I can tell you. I will just go over them as we added them. The first edition was Moonrock. We wanted to reach a decent wallet size in Moonrock. They are right now sitting on, what is it? Something between 10 or 50 million market cap. They had a pretty big run before. Some, unfortunate things coming together. They had a pretty big dump. Of course, after a pretty big pump, follows a dump in some form, and a correction will happen, and the floor finding process will happen. They just have been a bit unlucky with the market crashing exactly at the correction happening. But nothing. Can you send clear on the Tiggy? It would also attract more people. Like, do you mean like, let me see if this is clear. If I send it like this, is it clear to see? Just let me know in the chat. Yes, alright. We can, I think, once a day just add a little update on the fund, because we are right now adding and dollar cost averaging daily. Perfect. Perfect. Alright. Yeah, sorry, my screen is a bit wide. That's why it might be hard to read it sometimes. I will make another update later, Moe, and then I will pin it in the Telegram. So for our investments for Moonrock, right now just holding on the bag and waiting for things to happen, because we are actually dollar cost averaging into other investments at the moment. Still a very interesting investment, especially for a long-term hold. A very decent team behind it, qualified team behind it, and some good additions made. Basically with Moonrock, if you have been in the top 500 holders, they did launch a stealth launch with meme chains Meme Chain Capital it is called, which was a stealth launch for the next addition to their ecosystem. Meme Chain Capital will have a fund which is investing into meme tokens. Yeah, completely covering the whole meme token section. And Moonrock itself, the actual mother fund, you can say, is holding 20% of Meme Chain Capital. And as a top 500 holder, you are qualified to receive airdrops, a one-to-one airdrop for your Moonrock bag in the Meme Chain Capital token. But this is vested over a period of 10 months, with every month receiving 10% if you are still in the top 500 holder place with Moonrock. So basically, was a good addition. Still a very, very early project. Also, yeah, kind of risky investment, of course, but some confidence in the team we have. All right. What new attendees mind sharing in the chat? Wait, were they heard of banks? I think Dale did share a poll we had ongoing, where people did actually hear of banks, if it was Reddit, Twitter, a promo or something else. If I don't, is Dale in here? Because I think he could just. Ah, yeah, perfect. He did just post it again. So if you're new here, just let us know where you did hear of us. Helps a lot with planning future marketing, though. All right. Next additions for the fund, next two additions had been Evergrow Coin and EarnHub token. They are, yeah, pretty big projects already. We are still dollar cost averaging into them because, of course, for projects sitting on a higher market cap to receive a decent return on investment, you need a decent wallet size. That's what we are currently building on. Very good times right now for the actual dollar cost averaging, because BNB, the pairing is dragging projects down. People which are scared in this market situation are dumping on the project, so a perfect time to build on your wallet in the different investments. The latest addition made was Moon, ICO, same marketing agency, heavily involved in the token, which has also been involved in Moonrock early on and is still partners with us today. So we are basically doing most of the marketing through this marketing agency. They have a lot of connections. And yeah, the team is safe. Yeah, you can say the team is 99% safe, especially with the agency backing them up. And they had the staking utility ready right with launch. They needed to relaunch because they had a contract issue, which is not bad at all. Some people just think it is very bad to run into a contract issue with the launch after pre-sale. But this things happen in the crypto space. Yeah, you cannot always be 100% sure of everything. Sometimes you miss something, nothing bad at all. The team handled it perfectly. They did relaunch a few days after. And yeah, we have been able to obtain, since it was an ICO, we have been able as a fund to obtain private sale rates, to obtain pre-sale rates, and then we did, of course, dollar cost average more into it. We are sitting on a pretty big wallet in Moon, which is completely staked, and the staking rewards are actually very, very good for this project. And yeah, we will just see things happening for Moon. As we said before, the marketing agency is very experienced. They do know how to handle things, especially early on with tokens. And yeah, I think we will hear a lot more in the future of Moon, especially in February. Their next utility will launch, which is a DEX. I did at some point share the sneak peek of the DEX in here. It is a very, very nice looking DEX, and yeah, they said there are some things included which investors miss, for example, in, let's say, for example, PancakeSwap or something else like this, yeah, and a very, very early addition to their actual ecosystem, yeah, when it's launching in February as planned. And as we said before, for the actual rates and through our dollar cost averaging, luckily we did hit the dips, like exactly the dips of Moon, and we have been able to obtain a pretty good wallet size there. Still working on it because of course we want, in the best case scenario, sit in the top 5 holders, especially for a ICO, because it is simply the easiest way to obtain big wallet sizes. ICOs, the best chance to get your hands on a big wallet early on. And this is definitely what we are aiming for with Moon itself. Just be aware, since everything is basically staked in Moon, so we are sitting on around 8 to 9 million tokens of Moon right now, and basically everything is staked. So far since launch we did get around 330,000, it was when I last time checked, back through the staking, which is just additionally compounding into our Moon wallet. And yeah, very well running investment so far. Let's see how things evolve in the future. Of course, just one thing again. Yes, the projects are vetted. Yes, from the team side and also from our feeling with the long-term potential for the projects. Still, please do not take this as any financial advice. We consider them as safe, but of course also we cannot be 100% sure of everything. Yeah, there might always be things happening for some investments. There might be investments, yeah, which basically dip down and take some time to recover or never recover again. So yeah, if you do copy the investments, please don't blame us if they don't go in the right way. Yeah, this is not our fault then. But yes, this for the thing. And especially with ICOs, as for example Moon, maybe in the future, if we get our hands on a decent ICO early enough, we might be able to obtain whitelist spots for the community, or maybe even private sale spots. Yeah, you never know in which way things are evolving. And yeah, this is also something we are looking forward to, because with Moonrock, for example, we could have had an AMA with them here in our community. They said, yeah, they would like to do it with us. We simply had no time to do the AMA with Moonrock together in our community. But let's see, maybe we will have an AMA soon with projects we are currently vetting. So this is also a chance for the community itself to get to know the project before you are actually voting on it. Yeah, so if we have such an AMA and you have the time, always feel free to jump in, because it helps a lot with the actual decision for the vote. Yeah, because sometimes votes might be hard, and yeah, just try to pick the thing you feel like is the best addition for the fund. Yeah, this is the best way. Okay, so this for the fund additions. We did today, how much did we dollar cost average? I think it was 11 BNB, if I remember right, which we added today into the fund. And of course, once volume picks up, we will be able to add more per day into the fund. Sometimes, of course, we will be collecting because simply there is not the right time to dollar cost average into a investment. And yeah, this is the way we work on this fund. Yeah. And once this fund grows to a decent size, which I would say is around that's just my personal feeling, yeah, 150k. People said no, please compound longer, because of course once it reached a decent size, the compounding will be faster and faster with every day. And we will have a vote on the actual size for the distribution, because I already saw some people mentioning no, we should start at 500,000, for example, just to have the fund itself at a decent size. But let's see. Yeah, this is open for the community. Doesn't affect the fund itself at all that much, because we are constantly investing into it. Yeah, don't forget this one. But yes, this for the fund. Very very interesting investments going on, because especially today with yeah, some, I think it was some bigger wallets selling in EarnHub, we have been able to obtain a very very good price for the BNBs. We dollar cost average there. Yeah, this is just one thing you should also remember for future investments. Yeah, so if your people are searching for investments in long-term projects, yeah, investments which you actually want to hold and not swing trade in for a few days, dollar cost averaging is a very strong financial tool to do so. Yeah, be patient. Don't get worried at dips. Use the dips to actually reinvest into the project. It also helps to strengthen the project itself, because it helps a lot with the whole floor finding process and everything. And overall, you will see a decent wallet size growing over time in the project you chose. At a decent price, at a decent overall price. Yeah, just buy when everyone cries. This is most of the time the best way. Yeah, I have a picture here somewhere. Wait a second, I think it's on my cell phone. Let me share it with you in the chat. I saw this somewhere and I really liked it, because it simply shows crypto and the emotions of people going on in the crypto space. So the last picture I shared here, the cycle of market emojis, they fit pretty well. Yeah, pretty well in the crypto space, and shows basically you can apply this to most of the charts. Yeah, in the overall crypto space, this is just true. Yeah, people jump on the train with the excitement starting. A lot of people I see are dropping very very big bags on this whole euphoria level, and yeah, once the price starts to drop because it's going through a correction, or the overall market is dropping and the pairings are dragging the projects down, you will see fear, and you will see a lot of panic sells happening. Yeah, and this bottom, of course, is the point of maximum financial opportunity, and this is also why dollar cost averaging is such a strong tool, because for your investment, if you dollar cost average into it, you actually want this dips. Yeah, you want to abuse the dips. It is just a huge opportunity for the people. So also in this current market situation, keep this in mind. That I know of a lot of people who are sitting on investments which are deep in the red numbers. Just don't forget with for example our token. Just let me open the chart. We can take a look. Give me a second. Bop, bop, bop. Here. So for example here you can see a very healthy chart. This, I have to say, it is a very very healthy chart, especially if you take in consideration where we started. It was around 100 to 100k ish market cap when this initial pump started, and we ended up at a all-time high of around 4 million, which is basically, yeah, a 40x even more if you have the pre-sale rates. They've been sitting on I think it was a 50x, something like this, at the all-time high with pre-sale rates. So a very, very big pump we had there. And still we are holding a very, very high floor. Even, and this is something a lot of people do not understand in the crypto space. Our token, for example, we are paired with BNB. What does this mean? If you take a look at Dextools, you can see a total liquidity, which is right now for us 238,000 displayed in Dextools. Our liquidity is made up of BNB. So there are BNB sitting in the liquidity pool, and there are banks sitting in a liquidity pool. If someone buys our token, let's say he buys 10 banks for 1 BNB, he will add 1 BNB in the liquidity pool, and he will take out 10 banks out of our bank's liquidity pool. Yeah, this is how this whole DEX trading works. And this is also why it is so super fast, because you do not need any order books or something like this. Yeah, as for example in the traditional finance shares market. And this liquidity, since it is made up of BNBs, and the liquidity also having effect on our market cap itself. If BNB drops by 20%, it drags our project down in the same way, because our liquidity is also dropping by 20%. People just tend to not be aware of this fact, which is a very, very important fact for your investment. You need to know such things if you invest in the crypto space. Yeah. With a pairing, even if literally no one is selling and the market drops, the BNB drops, yeah, our project will drop as well, because it is dragging us down. Our BNB pairing is dragging us down. But it's also the same way around. If the market recovers, if BNB recovers, yeah, and you see BNB sitting at $400, $450, $500 again, once it recovered, it will also drag our project up. It will drag every single project up in the BSC space due to the pairing with BNB and the liquidity, made out of BNB. This is what people tend to forget. So the market drops. They look at their wallet. They see, oh, this project I invested on is dropping as well. Let's better sell. Yeah, because I'm scared that it will just drop and a lot of people will dump on me. Yeah. This is just then also the psychological part of the whole process. Yeah, involving this picture I shared here with a cycle of market emojis. Yeah, this is people being driven by their emotions. If you are able to not be emotionally attached to your investment, you will see that your investments will perform a lot better. Yeah, a lot better. You will see this, especially in the long-term process. You can take literally the whole crypto market, yeah, and I always have the people saying to me, oh, if I just knew about Bitcoin earlier. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you would have known about it earlier. You would have sold it anyway at the first all-time high happening or near the all-time high. Yeah. This is what people tend to forget, even if they bought Bitcoin at $1 or at $2 or at $100. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Most of them would have dragged out already, which is not bad. You're securing your profits. This is not what I'm saying. But a lot of people would have paper-handed at the first dip appearing. Yeah, and there have been some huge dips in the overall crypto space, for example, with Bitcoin. Yeah, and they would have paper-handed. This is how this actual dips appeared, with the market dipping and more and more people paper-handing their investments, which is sometimes not a good decision to sell at a loss. Yeah, this is sometimes not a good decision. Of course, there are some situations in which a total cut with a investment is advised. Yeah, especially if, for example, something shady is going on or something like this. But if you're in a normal project with a transparent team, abuse dollar cost averaging. Yeah, you will see a very good performance with your overall investments, and also, yeah, try to not be emotional about your investments. But this also includes that you shouldn't invest more than you can afford to lose. Yeah, this is also a very, very basic rule. I see some people sometimes breaking this very basic rule, because with an investment which is as big that you are automatically emotionally attached to this investment, yeah, um, because of it being so big, yeah, and you cannot afford to lose it. This will make it very, very hard to perform well with any long-term investments. Yeah. But this is happening everywhere. Not only in crypto, you can see it in the stock market. You can see it literally everywhere. And you will always see the experienced people abusing this from the not so experienced traders. Yeah, this is always the reason why you will see a lot of sometimes bigger buys, especially at dips. At certain points, you will see a lot of buy orders, for example, in Bitcoin, or in BNB. I know a lot of people have actually a buy order, for example, at $330 or at $325 or some sort of this, yeah. We see a lot of buy orders there simply for the fact because they know it is huge to catch a dip, yeah. This is as simple as that. And yet, I hope I could bring some more knowledge, especially with the pairings themselves, because this is what a lot of people are not aware of. Basically, the best time to buy is when a project has some sort of correction, some sort of dip happening, and additionally, with BNB being down, this is just the perfect combination to buy into a project, yeah. It's not now totally focused on banks. We are sitting on a very good entry point right now. It's not totally focused on banks, but especially very, very good approach to a investment. Yeah. Take the down times of a market, BNB being down, Ethereum being down, something like this. Yeah. And a project sitting on a correction, just the perfect time to invest. But this for this now. Are there any questions? Additionally, anything? Can't see a hand. Can't see something in the chat right now. I know a lot of people are asking when CMC. It's hard to say when CMC because we can actually not heavily influence this whole CMC thing. Yes, Robert, when CMC? I expected this question way earlier already with the actual start of the AMA. I expected the question to drop when CMC. I cannot tell any date. Yeah, I cannot give any date there. We we did contact them. We did receive quite a strange answer with a lot of links included. We're just working on it to change the listing status from untracked to tracked. It might take some time. Yeah, for some projects it takes 1 to 2 weeks. Yeah, to change this listing status, but I cannot actually give any date or something because I cannot influence it at all. It is CMC thing. They need to change it. Not a lot we could influence there. We are listed on Coingecko, so for the people who are using MetaMask wallets, they can be happy because they already see the price in their wallet. For the people using Trust Wallet, yeah, might take a little bit more time. Yeah, nothing bad about this at all. Nothing bad. Yeah, CMC will happen since we are listed on Coingecko anyways already. So you can be sure CMC will happen, especially with the performance we made in the past few days. Yeah, which is a very good overall performance we did deliver as a project. And this also the thing I see. I see a lot of things like, for example, why dip in the chat. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know why someone sold. Yeah, I can't answer this question. Just reminding people, just zoom out. Yeah, we did achieve some growth. We want to achieve more growth, of course. It is just hard in a red market overall, yeah, to create growth, because you are fighting against your pairing. You are fighting against a lot of people being, yeah, scared or cautious with their investment right now, which is not bad at all. The thing we should be looking at is we are growing in holders consistently, day by day, and we are growing in the raw numbers of our social media channels, which is also very important. It's just the general exposure. Yeah, it's very important to create a lot of exposure. We are right now at a point in which we receive some free tweets of yeah, some Twitter channels. I think before it was a Twitter channel with around 18k followers. He or she did tweet about us. We did not actually pay them for it. We had a Telegram channel posting about us. So yeah, these are the things we actually want to happen. Yeah. Yes, exactly, Gary. just a scroll. As we said before, we did achieve a pretty big growth already. Yeah, this is of course the low market cap start made this able for us, but it's always nice as a project to be able to say, all right, we did initially with the first bigger pump happening, we did a 40x, yeah, from the starting point. This is very good, especially since all of this happened with the market actually crashing on top of us. So we got dragged down due to our pairing. Still, we did have a 40x growth in there. And yes, reminder about biggest buy competition. Yes, just to remind people, we have two competitions going on right now. For once, it is a random raffle. Everyone with a 0.2 BNB buy is automatically qualified. We will just randomly pick one of the 0.2 BNB buys, and the person will win. No, we have two persons winning 0.5 BNB each, if you get picked. And we do have a biggest buy competition. We did have 1 BNB initially, but the biggest buy we are sitting on right now is 20.5 BNB, and we said if if the biggest buy is topping our last biggest buy, which was 20 BNB, we will give away 2 BNBs. So right now we are giving away 2 BNBs. Let's see. This competition is still up roughly 24 hours, so until tomorrow. Let's see what happens, yeah, for the competitions. And also every 0.2 BNB buy is the minimum requirement. Everything is automatically qualified for this raffle. I just love how you guys do AMA so often. I think it's, yes, it is very important. You need consistent AMAs to build confidence between team and community, but also we need them because there is explanation needed for our project. Yeah, if people just just take a quick look at, for example, the website, they will not immediately know, oh, all right, this is the community fund. The community fund is aiming to do this and create this for the holders. Yeah, this is not clear for someone just checking the project out pretty quick. So this consistent AMAs also should build a lot of confidence between team and community, which is paying off. Yeah, the daily AMAs are definitely paying off. I can tell it so far. And I love to have the AMAs with this community. One more quick reminder, because I always get reminded that I should remind people about this fact. This community is from itself doing a lot of Reddit and Twitter shilling. So they are just dropping, for example, different Reddit posts in different subreddits. And yeah, if you have the time, just go there, upvote it, leave a little comment about us. Why did you invest into our token? It helps a lot with exposure. It is a huge way of free exposure, especially if the whole community is going crazy. My Reddit post, yeah, this is what you see right there with Dale sharing this picture. The Reddit post got 245 views, which is a lot, yeah, for the post having 10 comments on each post. So I can tell you a little story from a past, a few days ago. We had a lot of actual people joining with this thing the community did do. They did have a subreddit post. I think it was Satoshi Street Bets, and this Satoshi Street Bets post was what's trending one, I think it was, right below the pinned post in Satoshi Street Bets, with around 600 comments sitting on this post. It still is on the hot page in SSB. Okay, so yeah, this is normally you would have to pay for these things. Yeah, as a team, as a community, especially in very big subreddits, as for example, crypto moonshots or something like this. You would have to pay for trending. Also in the smaller subreddits. The community, as our community showed, it is very possible to get the hot trending one spot and still maintain a trending position over quite some time, creating, of course, a lot of free exposure, because people just taking a quick look at for example, this Reddit, if they are sitting there a lot, they just scroll through the first few entries, and they will stumble upon our token. And there's one very important thing to it, the consistency. The consistency behind different smaller promos added with bigger promos from the team paying for marketing, together with the community doing shilling work, spreading the name out, telling people about banks. This is a huge process. It creates huge exposure. You can see there we had a let's say sideways movement in the chart early on. We did always bounce between what was it, 180k, 200k market cap and 100k market cap, but we did constantly work on exposure, as a back then smaller community, and also as a team we did work on constant exposure. We had constantly things happening. We had Reddit posts happening, we had Twitter posts going out. We as a team also, we did comment everywhere we could find. We did leave a lot of comments out there. We did pay for marketing. We did pay back then for trending one crypto moonshot Reddit post and all this stuff. And at one point, all of this exposure created will pay off. We can see right here this initial start was with the community going completely crazy. Yeah, we had a huge, a big amount of people for the community we had back then. A big, very big amount of people joining in this Reddit chills, joining in the Twitter raids and everything. This is big because a lot of people will just join in. Yeah, they hop into Telegram or they are watching the chart of the token and they will just watch. Maybe they will invest, for example, let's say a smaller investment initially just to watch the project. Yeah, how is it evolving, to get a feeling for the team. And at one point, you will have this exposure created, converting into a lot of buy pressure. Yeah. Two questions. One second. Two questions. When Discord and when do you plan to do a Twitter Spaces AMA? Twitter Spaces AMA might be also very interesting, I think. I didn't plan to do it yet, but very, very interesting. Reach abroad, yeah, definitely. Because I am aware a lot of people are not actually on Telegram for the whole Discord thingy. Give me a second. I will do this. I think he's also listening, but he is handling.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
We're just doing, as I said, some beta tests, but they are fine. And just need to write some shilling texts, like how to buy and stuff like this. And after this is ready, we will announce the Discord in here. So it's the final steps there.
perfect. So as you heard, the Discord is yeah, nearly ready, and then we will have another social media medium, which is very important because we are aware a lot of people are not using, for example, Telegram. They are only using Discord. Be part of spread the word, work your investment cryptos through actions. Yes, I can I can check this what Moneybin said there. A community in crypto which is doing some of the shilling work and doing some of the free marketing for a project. Yeah, it is not possible to grow without a community. Um, just let me do one thing for the people which are new. Um, yes, Ben, at some point I will check it. Just give me some time to check all the DMs. What you see right here, we had different things going on here over the course of the time. We had Poocoin ads, CoinMuna ads, we had website traffic allocated to our website, we did have influencer promos running and all sorts of different stuff, only with the goal to create exposure over time. This thing here was triggered by our community itself. Yeah, this was triggered by the community itself. They did go crazy, and this initial pump here was 200, 250%, something like this. Yeah. Of course, after a pump, there will always be some people taking profits, which is totally fine, and then you will go into a floor finding process. We did. Yes, definitely. This is just, this was looking very, very big because we did break our first all-time high, which we made right after launch. We did break it there. So when we have been sitting here, this was looking very, very big for us. Yeah, of course, because we couldn't see this coming up right a few days after it. But one thing I wanted to add here, because people sometimes tend to think that you can just press a magic button for marketing, and once we press this button, the chart will just start to pump. There is no kind of marketing which does this. Yeah, there is of course some marketing which gives you a pump, most likely following a dump right afterwards, because the people which instantly jump on such promos are most likely swing traders. Yeah. But just one thing I wanted to add here for the people to understand. We had a lot of exposure going on. In this section here, like from the start of the pump, we didn't initiate the pump with any marketing, with any paid marketing. It was the community itself going crazy, and then of course at some point it creates this FOMO, this very big buy pressure with a lot of people just taking the chance to hop in. Nothing additionally added here marketing wise, nothing than the usual stuff here. And nothing done at this point. Yeah, literally nothing we did at this point, starting all of this. Yeah, there was literally nothing we did add here as a magic switch, which triggered this. Yeah, this was just things coming together. After this consolidation process, yeah, you will always see this little things testing, yeah, testing resistance levels and everything. And if you break through these resistance levels and no one actually uses his chance to just quickly secure parts of his bag, yeah, this is what this whole floor finding process is there for. People just, yeah, taking their profits out, taking the momentum out of the chart, then again, here you see, let me just zoom in so we can see it a little bit better. Just appears very small right now. Yeah. Here again, you can see right after the pump, we had the people taking profits. Here again, creating a little bit buy pressure, people taking profits, taking the momentum out. Same thing again, trying to build buy pressure, people taking profits and taking the momentum out. And then again, this is just this will appear over time. This is the floor finding, yeah, the balance finding, the resistance levels for the top and the bottom. And then you can see right here, this appears so big. Same thing again, little buy pressure created, more buy pressure created, no one actually dumping here, yeah, no one taking any profit, and then you've been able to break this point. Yeah, to break this actual point, your resistance, and then there comes this buy pressure. Yeah, some people are only watching for this resistance levels, and then yeah, it did follow up with a lot of buy pressure. I have to say, this was a very big pump we had right here, and right here, somewhere here, we had the Coingecko listing. Yeah, but you can see, because a lot of people tend to always ask for Coingecko, for CoinMarketCap. Of course, they cause some pumps, yeah, in some form. But you can see here, this whole thing was not done with any CoinMarketCap listing or Coingecko listing or with any, yeah, specific marketing causing all of this. Yeah, there is no marketing causing all of this. Marketing is here for the exposure. With marketing, you want to create exposure. This is the main thing behind, the main goal behind marketing. You want this, the real investors checking out your token, doing their research, starting their research, at some point maybe jumping in with a smaller bag, and then they will start watching. Yeah, they will start watching this whole process, for example, or this whole process we have going on here. Yeah, this is the same process here as we had here. Of course, since we are on a higher market cap here, this is with more volume added into it, yeah, and appears just bigger. But if you, let me see, am I in the right position? If you zoom in, you can see also here, at this time, this appeared very big. Yeah, you had this pump, a bigger dump. Yeah, you had this floor finding process trying to create buy pressure, and that's the same thing over and over again. Also appearing very big here. Yeah, because if you actually zoom out, this doesn't appear that big anymore. Yeah, this process or this process before. But of course, with an increase in market cap, you will always have an increase in volume, which we see here. the increase in volume. That's why the candles are simply bigger. And the volume is good. We need the volume for our rewards. Yeah, very, very important there. And at some point, as we said before, the Coingecko listing joined right here. Yeah. Then we had somewhere here this untracked listing hitting. Of course, also with an untracked listing, a lot of people have alert channels or something like this. There will jump in some people who want to actually swing trade the token with the CMC listing. Yeah. But the biggest part of this pump was not created with a CoinGecko listing, was not created with a CoinMarketCap listing. This was created with exposure, with things coming together. Yeah, not even in perfect conditions, because we had the market crashing on top of us here. Yeah, in this whole process, we had the market crashing on top of us. We made very good gains with BNB losing its value and dragging us down. Also, it was a very big drag down of BNB itself. And this is the thing people need to understand, because I see it over and over again in every different project. Of course, if literally nothing is happening, yeah, this is always bad. But if you see that the team is going for constant exposure, the community is working on constant exposure, it always shows a healthy project and a healthy community. Additionally, with some progress being made for the project itself. For example, in our case, with the whale fund, yeah, we are consistently adding money into the whale fund. These are very, very important things I would look for in a project. And just for the people to understand, this whole thing here was not caused by any special button we pressed with marketing. Yeah, because marketing is always a exposure game. You pay a lot of money to create the biggest exposure possible, and at some point this exposure will kick in. But there is no way to create instant FOMO with marketing. Yeah, of course, I am aware there are channels with a lot of swing traders sniping the promo calls off, but a serious investor will always take the time, do some research, get to know the team and everything, get to know the community, and then he will invest. Yeah, this is the thing we are looking for. Just a little background info for the people. But also we have some nice things lined up. Yeah, especially we had this different Twitter influencers posting about us, tweeting about us at the weekend. Right now we have constantly some different smaller channels posting about us. What means smaller? Yeah, 18k followers on Twitter is still I consider it big channel, which is nice. It is just free exposure for us, and we can add on top of it with the community joining, Reddit pumping. Yeah, this helps tremendously in the long run. And people tend to get too fast, too nervous. Something I said yesterday already. A lot of people did leave us on our journey in this progress. Yeah. This have been 20, 27 days, something like this. Around 20 to 25 days since launch. Yeah, something like this. This is not a long time. Of course, somehow it sucks, but we didn't lose big amounts of market cap or big amounts of money here, in this process. So nothing to be worried about with the project itself. But a lot of people did leave because they have been just looking for a quick flip, which is totally fine. Swing trading is totally okay. I have no problem with it. But we are looking for this long-term investors. Yeah, this is what we are looking for. A lot of people left and basically missed out on a 40x. And as you are all aware, a 40x is nothing which appears in every single investment you're making in crypto. Yeah, this is nothing which is usual and just being done every day. So this people actually missed out because they did get impatient and everything, yeah. And nothing bad happened actually in this whole process. Yeah, this is also something, of course, could totally understand if you run into some issues with some people leaving. Totally fine. Yeah, issues happen. Mistakes are made sometimes. We are all only humans. But also, not a long time for an investment. Just keep in mind, if I sell something to a customer in my real job, let's say, for example, he should buy 150,000 worth of shares in project X. Yeah, we are not talking about a 30 days investment. We are not talking about a 1 year investment. We are talking about a long-term investment, 10 years minimum. Yeah, 10 years minimum. But he brings, of course, this big amount of money on the table. And this is something we want to achieve. The people actually thinking about us as a long-term project, yeah, approaching it with the long-term intention, and with us just delivering for the utility, delivering for the process itself, and we can reach a lot of things with this one then. All right, I've done a lot of talking right now. Don't want to bore you out. Are there any questions? If you don't want to talk to me, no problem. Just write in the chat and ping me in there. I'll just wait a second. Money. I see you writing. I'll just wait. Investors got a lot of info. Yes, I hope so. I sure hope so. Will we be listed on CoinMarketCap? Yes, at some point definitely, because we are listed on Coingecko already. I just can't tell an exact date for CoinMarketCap to happen. Just need to be a bit patient with us there, because we cannot influence this process heavily. This process, we can just basically ask for it, and they tell us what we need to do for it. And they won't give us any date or something either, yeah. So they will just change the tracking status at some point. Where Bobby? Good question. Where Bobby? Missed most of the AMA. Will the AMA tomorrow with those investors you mentioned yesterday gonna happen? Yes. Tomorrow we will have I will have an AMA in another group. Which is a very nice group. This is no group you can simply pay for, and they will, yeah, have an AMA with you then because you paid them money. They reach out to projects they find interesting. They do a little bit of vetting in beforehand, and then, yeah, tomorrow will be the AMA there. So looking forward to it. And additionally, there is another group which joined, which reached out to us. We are still in the vetting process for it, but I think maybe it will also happen this week with this other group, which is also a bigger group as well. Okay. All right. So from my side, nothing to add in particular. If there are no more questions, can't see any questions right now. Okay, perfect. Then I would end the AMA. If you have any questions which strike you. Oh wait. Are we staking in Crow? No, not at the moment. Might be in the future. Yes, might be in the future. But at the moment, no. Okay, I'll just wait a second because I see some people typing. Yes, no problem, Valerie. No problem at all. We just need to be a little bit patient because it's the actual process of CMC itself. Coingecko was very fast. Was a very fast listing with Coingecko. But most of the time, if you are listed on Coingecko, CMC will follow. If you're listed on CoinMarketCap, Coingecko will follow. We just need to be a bit patient there. And yes, will we get a banker's credit card? Maybe, if we can seal a good deal. Yeah, this is always the main thing with credit cards and partnerships with credit cards. Because you need to have a decent size to get a decent deal. Once you have the size, you can go for a decent deal. Otherwise, you would have something like, we could provide a credit card, for example, instantly. Yeah, there are some ways for it. But you would have a deal like, for example, if you put $1,000 onto the credit card, you will have a 10% fee on top of it. So basically for the $1,000, you will have $1,100 for this one. Yeah, this is not so super good. So instead of doing more give backs of BUSD once the bar fills on the dep, can we have more buybacks to support the price? Be aware this actual progress bar and the contract sell is not having a big effect on the chart at the moment. Yeah, this is no big sell. This is roughly right now a 4 BNB sell, 4 to 4.5 BNB sell, which is not big and not affecting the chart badly at all. We are doing buybacks, of course, unannounced, not very huge buybacks at the moment, because we want to actually burn the first bunch of tokens this week. You probably could get a huge amount of Crow with Whale and work a partnership with a Banker's Crow card. Might be, yes, but obtaining a huge amount of Crow just takes some time. Yeah, the whale needs to be at a decent size for this. How many tokens are we burning this week? Roughly 8 trillion, 9 trillion, 10 trillion, around this threshold. Yeah, let's see how many we could collect. I think at least it is 8 trillion, I think, being burned this week. A lot of money being sent to the to the burn wallet, but this is a nice start. Yeah, with 8 trillion tokens. To start off with this one, of course, shortening the supply over time. Yeah, I think 8 trillion. What is this worth at the moment? How to tell for me right now? 8 trillion around 40k, 30k, something like this, I think. At the moment. So yeah, a nice burn to happen, definitely. Especially since it will shorten the supply overall. Who is the biggest holder? The burn wallet is the biggest holder. Just joking. Besides burn wallet, yes. We can actually take a look. I think the biggest holder is sitting on 2.4% or something. Um, what it's him. A bit suspicious to write, not me, huh? Nah, you can be sure we are having contact with the big holders. Most of the big holders, of course, not every single one of the big holders, but yeah, we are having constant contact with them. Of course, I cannot give out a name to any wallet. It's just not the idea of crypto at all. If I would give out any name, no. What? I will send my wallet address. You can burn me all day. Yeah, you would wish to. What's a big holder amount? Need to set my new goal. It depends when you joined the actual project. I would say for at this time, right now, obtaining 5 trillion is a big amount. Carry 30 trillion. Yeah, this is like the max wallet you could hold. No, but I would say right now, if you want a goal in the long term process, 5 trillion to 10 trillion is really a big wallet. Yeah, um, a very big wallet. I want 5 trillion. You just want to buy me. No, I'm not forcing you to buy more. You just ask me what is a. Since you reached your goal of the 1 trillion tokens, you if you want another goal, 5 trillion is a good goal. Definitely. And for a long-term hold. 1.5. Nice. You did build a lot, Mowgli. You are, yeah, really on a building on a consistent basis there, I have to say. Buy. Yeah, I'm not forcing anyone to buy. But if you ask me, of course, for good wallet sizes, right now it is possible to join this trillionaire club, and I don't think a lot of people have joined the trillionaire club yet. No influence, I tell you. Time to work. Okay, right. Good luck. You are the one. All right. What can join T-Graph? Only learn how to count till 100. Till 100. Yeah, it's tough to count in bigger numbers. Too many zeros. That's true. Okay. Any additional questions? Can see a hand. If you happen to miss a AMA, we are recording them, uploading them to YouTube. It might take some time sometimes, yeah, to edit them and render them and everything. But they will be uploaded, every recorded AMA. On the daily basis, most likely, if we see unfamiliar names, we will start with fundamentals and then talk about different things, like, for example, our whale fund investments or some other stuff, yeah, going on. And yeah, always nice to have you all attending the AMAs. Love this. Okay. can't see any additional question. I would say I will end the call here, and thank you all for attending. And what's party at Oh no. All right. Now I'll end the call here. Thank you for participating. Keep it up. Keep in mind we have daily AMAs. At the weekends we will have more AMAs if we have the time throughout the day, just to cover more time zones. Otherwise, let's see what happens in the future. Thank you everyone, and bye bye.